The National Council for Occupational Safety and Health has released the 2019 Dirty Dozen, its annual list of employers who expose workers and communities to unnecessary risks. This year, the list includes one repeat offender, as well as some new arrivals from the manufacturing sector. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 5,147 people died from workplace trauma in 2017, which is a slight decrease from 2016, but still up by 11% since 2012. Another 95,000 workers die annually in the US from cancers, diseases, and illnesses associated with long-term exposure in the workplace. According to COSH, much of this is due to a lack of oversight and resources. US OSHA now has 875 inspectors to cover 9 million US workplaces. That means it would take approximately 158 years for OSHA to inspect all workplaces under its jurisdiction. Here's a look at the 5 companies from the industrial and manufacturing markets to make the Dirty Dozen. The lone repeat offender, Amazon made the Dirty Dozen because 6 workers have died at US Amazon facilities or operations since November 2018. All 6 workers were employees of other firms or contract workers rather than full-time Amazon employees. Recent investigations have uncovered some troubling problems, including a high incidence of suicide attempts, workers urinating in bottles because they're afraid to take breaks, and workers left without resources or income after on-the-job injuries. In one particular accident, 2 contract workers died when the wall of an Amazon warehouse collapsed during a severe storm in Baltimore in November 2018. At a New Bedford, Massachusetts seafood processing plant, managers, supervisors, and coworkers repeatedly harassed female coworkers at Atlantic Cape's fisheries. The harassment included unwanted touching, solicitations for sex, and crude comments. 2 women were fired after filing complaints with the U.S. Equal Opportunity Employment Commission, and in a January 2019 settlement, the company agreed to pay $675,000 to be shared by the women who originally filed complaints as well as others who came forward. In early 2018, IEN reported on an accident at Genin, a tire recycling plant in Sheldon, Texas. 26-year-old Byron Jones was on his 4th day on the job when he was pulled into a tire shredder and killed. A subsequent OSHA investigation hit the company with 20 citations with recommended fines of over $200,000. The fines were later reduced to $100,000. Next, the Dirty Dozen targeted Purdue Pharma and the opioid industry as a whole. According to COSH, US workers are among the primary victims of America's opioid crisis. According to the Workers' Compensation Research Institute, between 55 and 85% of all workers who are off work for more than 7 days receive prescriptions for opioids. According to COSH, executives at Purdue Pharma specifically target patients with workplace injuries, as well as their doctors, to boost sales of OxyContin. Workers in industries with high injury rates are more likely to die from opioid overdose. The final entry is XPO, a shipping and logistics company that owned a Memphis warehouse where 1 worker died and 6 women suffered miscarriages in an overheated, high-stress warehouse. The company also faced 11 Equal Employment Opportunity Commission complaints of sexual harassment and gender discrimination. According to COSH, the pace of work at the Memphis XPO warehouse was brutal. Shifts were frequently 12 hours or longer with inadequate rest breaks, while management demands that workers pack 120 boxes every hour. After a New York Times article, a call for a congressional investigation, and a union organizing campaign, XPO announced that it would close the Memphis warehouse and offer workers jobs at other XPO warehouses. However, as of mid-April, many workers at the closed warehouse still do not have information about possible new assignments. If anything, remember $7,500, $7,500. According to COSH, $7,500 is the price of a human life, or at least the median fine following a workplace fatality. I'm David Manti. This is IEN Now.